Welcome to the birthplace of college football. The State University of New Jersey, the campus of Rutgers in Piscataway, and we are ready for what ought to be a tremendous game today. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Scarlet Knights will get us underway with the opening.
Bon, c'est parti, j'ai fait quelques ajustements. J'ai mis 2-3 freshmen en défense. Parce que là, ça va pas du tout en défense. Et là, on joue un adversaire très faible. Voilà, je parle avec le micro d'Amanette, j'ai pas mon casque. Ouais, donc si on réussit pas à défendre correctement contre cette équipe-là qui est plutôt dans la partie moyenne des équipes, et maintenant en dessous, c'est qu'il y a un très gros problème en défense. Allez.
Environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3 and outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4 and out if they don't convert. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. They'll try the run. Shakes off the tackler. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a 1st down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy
all kinds of running room. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And he's got it! Touchdown, Wolverines!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Scarlet Knights offense will take the field for the first time. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming.
And that ball is live in the backfield. And the defense grabs it, and they're taking it the other way. Touchdown, Michigan! And the defense doing work.
C'est ouf, hein. Louis, que j'ai remis sur le terrain, qui était freshman l'année dernière, qui a fait du bon taf, je le remets, il ramasse le ballon, il part au touchdown. Bon, après, c'est Rutgers, hein, c'est pas une équipe de ouf non plus. Faudrait que je tente contre une équipe un peu plus costaud. Et là, bah, comme par hasard, fumble, je le ramasse rapidement et ça part au touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The Scarlet Knights will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits ground in the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Looking for a productive play on first down. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Good jet sweep pass. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making it play.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Wolverines line up to punt it away. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. And the returner will be knocked down. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense.
And he makes the grab at the 20. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Red pass, it's complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. 1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead.
this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Twice they've been denied touchdowns in the red zone, and now it's 3rd and goal. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep.
C'est vrai que c'est marqué que Rutgers, c'est là qu'est né le football américain. Je sais pas si mes souvenirs sont bons, mais je crois qu'historiquement, ils ont gagné les premiers titres, hein, je crois, dans les années, justement, dans les années 1800. Je suis plus sûr, hein. Mais je sais qu'il y a Stanford, je crois, dans les premiers vainqueurs du championnat national de football.
He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short.
Alors, je sais pas ce que c'est que ça là-bas, là. Hein, on dirait un dôme de je sais pas quoi. C'est quoi ce délire? Faudrait que je regarde sur Google. Je vais regarder ça tout de suite. Alors. Alors, est-ce que je peux voir ça? Je vais tourner. Ouais, en effet, donc il y a là, on a un truc qui s'appelle le Bush Practice Bubble. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Le Bush Practice Bubble. Je vais regarder, hein. Pas de photo de ce truc-là. Bush Practice Bubble. Practice Bubble. Ah, c'est vraiment Ah, d'accord. Alors, c'est un truc qui est complètement couvert. Je pense que c'est quand il fait très froid dans cette région. Et les gars ils peuvent s'entraîner. À mon avis, ça doit cailler parce que là-dedans, ils disent que. Alors, les New York Giants ont choisi cette structure pour leur entraînement pendant les playoffs de 1993. Donc, les Giants se sont entraînés là-dedans en 1993. Ok, et puis ils s'en servent pour courir, faire de l'athlétisme, etc. là-dedans. Ouais, c'était la part. Au moins, ils reproduisent à peu près tout ce qui est autour des stades, c'est bien. Ça reste fidèle à la réalité.
We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
Power football with the run. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Right back to the well. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Still running at the 40. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. He was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Fires to the big fella. Stop just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. He's got it. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-go situation from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They want to just keep throwing it. It's complete on the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And this one splits the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Got his man quick. At the 40, there he goes. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Going up top on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. Work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
And the Scarlet Knights look to keep this drive humming. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receiver. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. It's complete. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Rutgers.
And I'll tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. East Carolina has the lead right now. Greenville has been buzzing all week. But this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 4 over Tulane. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Complete downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's got an open man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Comes out throwing on 1st down. It's complete. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. He wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 25. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Wolverines! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. From inside his own 15, and now the hit knocks it loose. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Piscataway. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the birthplace of college football.
Thanks for that halftime report. Here's the return from inside his 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football Palmer out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The give on the inside. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Scarlet Knights will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the returner is stopped. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown. Oh, he dropped it! Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Rutgers! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. What a play by the defense there. Loose football, country fumble, pick it up with room, scoop, and score.
No doubt, country versus city. It's a country fumble, nobody around. I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, and making a play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point. Every little bit counts as they get closer. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Off the play fake on first down. Got his man on the right. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. The play action fake. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page.
He wants to throw here on second down. He makes a catch. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
He's got it. Strong, firm tackle.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest. And you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Good job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Zone. Touchdown, Michigan. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Illinois is running away with this one behind an offense that's striking on the ground and through the air with military-like precision. They're up by 25 over Nebraska. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The RPO fired complete to the left. At the 35, he's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving.
After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Shoots his way for more. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
J'étais obligé de mettre le ralenti parce que je savais qu'il allait se passer un truc là. Il s'est passé un truc. Donc je vais revoir ça tranquillement. La célébration. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire ça? J'ai pas compris là. C'est quoi? André, il contrôle un chien. J'ai pas compris. J'ai pas compris.
To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. And the Scarlet Knights will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Plows through the defense. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
The Scarlet Knights line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They've softened them up with a run, now to throw it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line, just spectacular execution there. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They move the tight end all over. The give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And here's the deal. 4th quarter, I'm trailing. 4th and goal, which makes a difference to me because I drove the ball down the field. I've had some success. Do I want to stay aggressive here? This offense is down, but has a chance to really put some points on the board and make a little bit of a splash.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Ready to fire from the pistol. Off play action on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. He's looking to throw. Takes the easy completion. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Back to the air one more time. Coming after it. He'll try to do it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
Second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Look, big-time playmakers make big plays in big games, and that guy needed to make that interception at this critical juncture of the game. There's still time for them to go out and win it. Could that be the play that sparks this team?
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. He'll pull it down. On the move at the 30. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's strong. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. And the Scarlet Knights looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Leaves it with the running back. Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. Motion from the offense. Quarterback keeper. Got some room entered to the goal line. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Illegal block on the offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Scarlet Knights are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on first down. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed behind the line, it's Marshall. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Getting set on second down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get a little bit frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble. You just couldn't secure it.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Got it! On the defense, shoves him out of bounds at the 2.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're going to run it. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kennesaw State has the lead right now, but this crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 9 over Liberty. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He's looking for an open man on second down. Pulls it in. It's strong. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On third down, going up top. Release to the back. Got a man. It's Maddox. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And this center downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Out of the backfield, he's open. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Scarlet Knights headed quickly to the line. They keep attacking through the air. Grabbed on the outside. It's Maddox.
That's just not going to get it done, David. At this point of the game, you're trailing. You've got to pick up the urgency, and this offense is going to have to get more aggressive throwing downfield.
They're going to have to take shots, but I know that, right? The defense knows that. I'm going to stay deep, and I'm going to let you complete all these passes underneath because the clock running is my turn.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. He's got the back in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Tight end finds a soft spot. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is pressure. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man. It's Black. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Makes the grab well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Looking to throw on second down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense got it. And they'll get him down after a solid return. One more play to pad the stats. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. You know, 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road. Great start, but you can tell this team's for real, for real.
No doubt, and they deserve for us all to be talking about them right now because they look as advertised. This is a team with tremendous talent. They've taken care of business up to this point, but now because they're undefeated at this point of the year.
Quand la défense était légèrement mieux, c'était mieux sur les cornerbacks. Ils ont gêné pas mal sur les passes, mais ils ont pas trop joué en passe. Hein. Voilà, ça m'intéresse pas. Voilà. Un super match de Javier Obi. Et en défense, voilà, j'ai remis Joe et Louis, il est là. Et John, là, non. Ouais, c'est lui, Marco John. Bon, ouais, sac, c'est toujours pas beaucoup. Wow. Là, d'habitude, c'est 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 sacs par match. Non, mais standard, mais là, c'est trop bas. 2. Voilà, c'est bien, il a l'habilité Robert. C'est super rare de l'avoir, celle-là. Il me semblait que j'avais fait une interception de Stephen Ball. Au début de match, il y a eu des fumbles avec un touchdown. Ah, déjà, on en a ramassé 2. Bon, est-ce qu'on va signer des joueurs? On va le voir. Bon, c'est mieux que rien. Au moins, j'en ai un. J'en ai un et j'en perds 3. 2 qui signent ailleurs et un qui nous bloque. Ok, défenseur de la semaine. Là, ça va être du lourd. Hein. Michigan, Oregon. Je vais faire mon recrutement et je vais l'enchaîner après. Je pense. Hein. De toute façon, je pense que j'ai plus de semaines disponibles pour les visites. Ouais, c'est mort. J'ai plus rien. Même pour un 5 étoiles, c'est chaud. Parce que lui, s'est débloqué là récemment, donc c'est complet. C'est complet. C'est bizarre, hein, il a reçu que 2 offres. Il a que 2 offres et pas de visite pour lui. Alors, j'ai vu aucun point de développement qui a été découvert. C'est bizarre, hein. Alors, j'ai payé, comment dire, une option sur l'entraîneur et il n'y a rien. Donc, j'ai peut-être claqué des thunes pour rien. Je sais pas. C'est bizarre. Alors, je voulais voir Oregon. Je suis parti tout en bas, moi. Bon, il leur manque juste un gars. J'ai fait une pause et je vais continuer après. Entre Oregon. Voilà, avec les freshmen, on va voir si ça va marcher. Et pas grand chose, hein. Encore une fois, hein. Je sais pas ce qu'il me faut, hein, franchement. J'ai pas beaucoup de pièces, je peux potentiellement gagner encore, allez, peut-être 100, 180, un truc comme ça, 150, 180. Donc ça me ferait peut-être un total de 200 pièces. C'est là que j'ai claqué mes pièces. Non, c'est pas ici. C'est pas ça. Ça, c'est l'intérêt pour avoir pour que les gars qu'on essaie de recruter soient intéressés. C'est quoi le truc que j'ai claqué? J'ai claqué les thunes dans un truc. Ah, c'est ça. Augmente les chances d'apprendre leur trait de développement. Mais ouais, je sais pas. Pour l'instant, j'ai rien vu. J'ai rien vu. Bon, ouais. On va quitter quoi. On va quitter. Allez, sur moi plus.